Hi all, Happy New Year, Happy 2024. I hope you had a fab break off, but now we're going to get down to business on a few things in January. Many of you will be thinking about setting new goals or resolutions, I'm sure, maybe dry January. Whether you believe that you'll achieve it or not, I would like to set you up on the right path to success in achieving those goals. So let's go forward with it. When starting up, it's really important to know 1, what the goal is, of course, 2, how long you will take to achieve it, and 3, how you're going to track your progress. It's important to make it doable, otherwise you won't achieve it. And it's where these SMART goals come into action. That's what I'm going to talk about now. So, you may have heard it before. It's really simple method and anyone can use it to make sure that you stick to a goal. If you saw my habit workshop a couple of months ago, then you'll know that putting very simple, fail-safe systems and actions in place is the most effective way to make sure that you see it through to the end and you don't give up halfway through. Essentially, we are creating new habits and making them become second nature by the end. So, SMART goals. So, number 1, S, is it has to be specific. This is an example of someone trying to lose weight in 12 weeks. So, their specific is not going to be to lose weight. That is not specific enough. It is going to be to lose 6 to 8 kilograms of body fat in 12 weeks. Then we are on to M, number 2. Measurable. Make it measurable. How are you going to measure them? And to track your progress. That's an important one. So, for example, it may be in kilograms using a weighing scales, which you might do weigh in once per week or even less if you prefer. And you might even want to be specific as much to choose when that's going to be, say every Monday and in the morning, because it can be at different times. It can affect your results. Pictures can be taken 1 per month or maybe 1 per week, whatever you find more effective. And also you may want to get a measuring tape so that you can measure around your arm, your waist, your hips. This is some things I do with you guys anyway. And then now you can see why I do them. You can also do these things yourself. It's important to be accountable to yourself as well. Then you can also write a diary, a log of everything that you've been doing, say the weights that you've used in the gym, exactly what exercise and equipment you've used in the gym each week, and how that's changed as you've gone on through the weeks, but also maybe how many steps you've taken, etc., what your diet is, and that can be used with the resources I suggest in the presentation. For example, my Net Diary app, which I think is a brilliant one to use. I prefer over my MyFitnessPal, if you've heard of it. Okay, we move on to A, number 3, to make it achievable. So, for example, how are you going to make this achievable to get your goal? And that is your specifics. How are you going to do this? So for example, are you going to set a move goal, which means simply move more during the day, but make it specific? For example, if you already walk around 8,000 steps per day, why not add on another 2,000 and aim for 10,000 steps per day? It's still nice and realistic. That's probably a quick walk to the shop or something like that extra. Reduce calories by 500 calories. Now this one, you could be someone who doesn't want to be that specific. So it may be that you say, I'm going to switch this thing, say white rice to brown rice, reduce my bread intake. Make it specific, something that you know is going to help with the calorie intake overall and reduce your consumption of food. I've also put in the example for this one is at least 1.6 grams of protein per day. Now you can talk to me a bit more about that one, because that is a really good one for also reducing starchy, heavier carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are important still, but to increase your protein, increase your recovery after your workout, also to help promote muscle growth. All these things are really important with protein, and you can switch your carbohydrate consumption a little bit to increase your protein consumption more. Talk to me about that one another day. So we're going on to R. So this one is all about making it realistic. Why would we set a goal that isn't realistic? And I know I am always drumming this into most of you in our sessions. It's a really, really important one. To set yourself up for success means making a realistic plan, a realistic goal. So here's an example for this one where they're losing 6 to 8 kilograms of body fat in 12 weeks. They're saying it's realistic because I can lose 0.5 to 1 kilogram per week, which on average is roughly about right, give or take. That is roughly about 2 to 3 kilograms per month, and 6 to 8 kilograms is realistic goal to achieve by 12 weeks. Now you can see they've given themselves a bit of a leeway. 6 kilograms lost in 12 weeks, they'll be happy with. They'll be ecstatic with 8 kilograms if they get to lose that, but that's that little bit extra. And it means that for those days where you might have setbacks and struggles and barriers, because those are also really important to identify with, but if those happen, you've allowed yourself a little bit of leeway just there for that reason. Okay, then next is, and last is T. Now that one we've already talked about. I said it's important to know how long it's going to take you to achieve. If we were to just go in the dark and say, I want to try and lose this much and not give myself a time frame, I'm not really likely to stick to it. If I'm going to try and make sure I set a goal, I need to know when I'm going to try and achieve that goal. Otherwise, I'm not going to really stick to it or accomplish it, or I might take even longer to get there, therefore give up halfway and lose faith that it's going to happen. So a deadline we all know, we all strive on, no matter what, because when we push for pressure, we have to do it, right? So keeping yourself accountable by setting a time, and 12 weeks is realistic, no more, or you can do 8 weeks as well, would be more realistic. I would suggest to set yourself a time goal. That's a really important one. I have put all of this in a presentation for all of my exclusive clients, so you can have a look at this using the link via the VIP Facebook page for you guys, or this is going to be in the January newsletter. So take a look, because it means that you can download, save, whatever, that spreadsheet, and everything that I've just said you have written down. And also a few extra little bits on there as well, some resources, some more tips about short-term, medium goals, and just my help on what you can do. So good luck, and remember that I can support you through this. I'm not going to do it for you, but I'm here to hold your hand, to guide you, and also to give you all these resources throughout your goal setting period. Let's start 2024 off on a good one. Some of you, I have said this in our sessions, I said, I have a good feeling about 2024. Let's make that a reality. Bye.